toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Notre Dame's offense will get the first crack at it here. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Notre Dame right back to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Walker to throw. Puts it out of the air. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. If you're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It's a draw. Surges across the 30, out to the 32. Six-yard run. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Walker will fire. Sets up the screen. Jukes his way for more. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Motion from the wideout. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash. Oh, they block it. And they got it. Flying out to the left. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Razorbacks. He got a step and just dusted the field. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here come the Irish back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Walker to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The play action fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So Arkansas's offense will have its first possession of the game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
He breaks a tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas!
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. On the move from inside his 5. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He gets it all the way up to the 42-yard line, and that's why you have confidence to keep it on the ground in that situation.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage going tempo.
Nice pick up there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Notre Dame right back to the line. And under the watchful eye of touchdown Jesus, the Irish are starting to roll on the ground.
Starting to get that big physical ground game going. And one thing you know about Notre Dame traditionally over the years, offensive line play is always great. They're always making holes, and they're always playing super physical.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Larson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
The run from the shotgun. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Alabama is in front. They've answered the bell today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 10 over Bowling Green. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can bring. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Razorbacks will try to move the sticks on 4th down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to come into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
To the ground with the back. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Walker will fire. Right down the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. It's a draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding.
Turning it on! Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. So close to cashing it in for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Touchdown Razorbacks! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun to give, looking for room. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. New set of downs after the completion. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on first down. Got him downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. Just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Quickly complete. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. The Razorbacks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, they give to the back. And he's forced out of bounds, close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And the Razorbacks have it with a first and goal. Throw toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. The 50, the 40, inside the 30, past the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they turn it into a defensive score. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Razorbacks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Shows him the stiff arm. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Razorbacks have a lot of options on second and inches. Leaves it with the back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Gets it out quickly.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The Razorbacks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Walker to throw. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all started.
Ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. To the air on second down. Swings it out to the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Lost to throw on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Larson. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. First down for this offense.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the end of the hallelujah land. Touchdown Notre Dame. Lining up for the PAT. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snap hit. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Razorbacks have pushed it inside the 20. From the shotgun, the inside give. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's got it and still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Razorbacks are flying down the field. Trying to pound it in. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. He'll sneak it. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Notre Dame backed up in the shadow of its own goal post, looking for room on 1st down. Power football with the run. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finding open areas.
The return is brought down at the 33, and the Arkansas offense will take over.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And the Razorbacks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Running back searching for a hole. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Right on the money. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it on the move. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Quick strike through the air for the score. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, You know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
On the play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Walker will fire. Good timing on the quick out. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Grab near the marker. It's Singleton. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Notre Dame right back to the line. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Takes the handoff. It's Gage. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so,